Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about a lot of these children who grow up in narcissistic homes or who are raised by narcissistic parents. These children have a very different kind of a bond. They develop a very different kind of a bond with their parent, and you can see that it's very much like emotional incest. Yeah, that's the kind of a bond that they develop. And we can't blame the child. It's the parent who actually raises them and trains them in such a way where they want their children to be just to them, and to keep serving them, and that's it. So this involves a lot of disgust and shame also. They do shame their kids, and they do make them feel disgusted as well. And again, these are the ways to manipulate and control. uh, a healthy shame is very different. Yeah, a healthy way of looking at the feelings and the emotions of shame is very different. But in narcissistic families, every emotion is used to manipulate and control the kids. And these kids are so much I mean, in general, kids are wonderful. Kids are wonderful being. But this wrong conditioning really weakens the confidence in children. And these children who grow up in narcissistic families, they don't have a sense of self. They are very emotionally codependent on their parent, and they feel as if they are there to serve their parent. And often what happens is that these children are denied a lot of things what a healthy child is allowed. But these children, raised and growing up in narcissistic homes, they are denied of being themselves. They are denied to like someone else. They are denied to like other people also. They are trained just to like their parents. These kids are forced into parentification. In some of the families, these kids are forced into parentification, and these kids are forced to take the role of a parent. They are conditioned by these kind of statements. Oh, after your father, who's going to be taking the place? It's you who's going to be taking the place. Oh, after your mother dies, or if your mother is not there, who's going to take a place? You are going to take the place. So these kind of conditioning happens, these kind of grooming happens. And they are parentified, and they are put into that role so that they know what they have been bred for. They know what they are here for. So these narcissistic parents really scar the children's childhood. They really scar them. They really make them emotionally handicapped. And growing up, it's absolutely normal for a human to develop feelings and emotions. So yes, these children, they are isolated. They have been sabotaged. They have not been allowed to communicate and mingle with others. Superficially, these parents might say, oh, you have got friend, this and that and that. But the control, the dark, deep, sinister control that happens in the house supersedes anything and everything in your life. So these children are forced parentified. They are forced to take that role, and it's obvious that the child will develop a huge amount of or variations of feelings towards the parent. And that is where one of the things that happens is this emotional incest kind of a thing, where the child really begins to see their parent as their partner. Yeah. And there are cases where it's only till emotional level, but yes, there are cases where it goes to the physical level as well, the physical incest. So yes, this emotional incest is that I mean, minus the sex, minus the physical part, the child identifies the parent as their partner. Children are overprotective about their parents, and they often feel envious of the other parent. These children often feel envious because they have been conditioned and raised in such a way. They have been gaslighted to such an extent, manipulated to such an extent, to just the parent has just done it to control these children. And they have been emotionally isolated from the other parent, and they see the other parent as an enemy, as a threat, or as a competition. Yeah. So Sigmund and Carl has talked a lot about this. You can go and check and study what Electra complex is, what Oedipus complex is. So yes, this emotional bond develops, and it becomes very incestuous. And this emotional incest is basically where these kids they start seeing their parents as their partners as well. They would be very bothered when their parent is upset, or when their parent is annoyed with them, or when their parent is not talking to them. They are just hooked on to their parent. They are you know uh, very badly codependent on their parent, this narcissistic parent. And narcissistic parent doesn't have any amount of sympathy or empathy, or any kinds of feelings. They just want the work to be done. They just want what they want. And the child grows up, initially these feelings are not there, but then the child grows up, they develop these emotional incest kind of a feeling, where the child compliments the mother. Oh mom, you're looking so stunning. Oh mom, you're looking so good. Oh dad, you're looking so good. And it becomes a very uncomfortable situation for their partners, these kids who grow up in narcissistic homes, or these kids who have this emotional incest kind of a relationship with their parent. It becomes very difficult for the partners to see and witness that the husband is behaving like a boyfriend to the mother, the daughter is behaving like a wife to the father. So yes, this is because of that series of manipulations, series of toxic conditioning, and a series of belittling, and not letting them have their autonomy, not letting them explore. So this is what happens, this phenomena of emotional incest. And it's horrible, when the kid wants to see mother in a specific way, the kid wants to see father in a specific way. Everything that a partner should do to the other partner, plus and minus the sex part, the kid takes up that role and does it. Yeah. So that is what the damage that parentification does, forced into taking roles of a parent, forced into that. And then the child grows up with that emotional incest problem. And I mean, plus and minus sex, the child just behaves and acts like the other parent, the other partner. So it's very difficult. It's very difficult for those who get married to such individuals. And it does feel a little alien. It does feel a little uncomfortable, but that is how it is. And the solution for all of this is healing, and one needs to know what is right and wrong, and one needs to initiate that healing process. If the wife would go and say, or if a husband would go and say, these kids would really hate it, these kids would really feel sad, they would lash out, they would do whatnot. But again they would go back to the same emotional incest. Like what a husband has to ask his wife, these kids ask their mother and father. With families who have gone through a lot of crisis together, so that also has an impact, where this bonding goes to such a level and this parentification goes to such a level that the kid almost sees himself or herself as the other parent, yeah, and feels envious of the other parent. So the son would do everything, of even speaking to mother as if he is the husband, though he remains the son. But he goes on, hey, why didn't you wear that looked good, hey, so what happened, why are you so low, hey, why aren't you talking to me? So it's very unique, and it's there, it does exist in the society. We can't keep on denying it, that emotional incest doesn't exist. And emotional incest is present where a kid is parentified, where a kid is forced into parentification, and those kids really have a horrible relationship, or the relationship has a lots of ups and downs. So yes, parentification is horrible, and this emotional incest is a real thing. I have seen emotional incest happening between brother sisters as well, parents and children as well. Wherever this forced parentification gets in, the child begins to believe that he is this role. Yeah, the forced parentification is done to do the job, yeah, to fill in the gap and to make them feel responsible, and to get what they want out of them. That is what this parentification is. But a child, I mean, like is growing up, but the child begins to uh, accept it as a reality, as a part of him, that yes, now I am also like a parent, and I am like the other half. So yes, it's a very complex thing, but it's out there. I have seen a lot of cases, I have faced it, and I do come across a few of the cases where the couples, I mean, one of the partner is having this emotional incest kind of a relationship with the parent, and it becomes very difficult for this other partner to see that and remain okay with it. Yeah, so yes, so this was all about emotional incest, and it can happen, and the cause, the root is forced parentification, when they are forced into taking roles as a parent. So primarily it is seen there, in a parent and a child, this emotional incest, and the child develops this extreme codependency and likingness towards the parent, but the parent doesn't have that feeling. The parent would go on controlling it, hey, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, you don't have to do this. But the child will take it a step further, yeah, in taking up the role as a parent, that, oh, why are you so sad, hey, why didn't you wear this color, this color makes you look stunning, hey, why didn't you put on this jewelry looks stunning. So it goes on, it's very automatic. When you push someone into that parentification, they begin to feel and develop like that, yeah. And I mean, the ones who really suffer because of such parentification are the partners of these individuals who have been forced parentified and who have developed this emotional incest. So yes, this was all about what emotional incest is, and how parentification of a child forces a child to have this emotional incest relationship with the parent, and of course the other relationships suffer. So yes, please do like, share, subscribe the channel, and I'll come back again with another topic. And in case if you would want to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings. Bye.